Welcome back to our SketchUp for Schools project. We are still working on our Saltbox house. This is where we are currently at with our project. In our last video, we went in here and kind of polished up the roof a little bit. We currently have our front door. However, we are missing two other doors, one over here on the side going into the mudroom back behind the master suite, and then we have one in the very back here that goes into the dining room, and this is a big double door, and so that's what we're going to work on today. So we'll start off with, I already have my measurement for the outside, but again, if this house is very symmetric, and so a lot of these doors are centered on the walls, and so if you need to do that on your own, we'd come in here with the section plane tool, create the section plane, push it through, and then get the center for the door, and I'll show you how to do that here in the back of the house. But for over here, we're going to right click, edit component, and right click again. You see I have my dotted lines, or my dots, so that way I know I'm actually inside this group or component, which is to start with. That's what we need. I'm going to go take my tape measure from the far left. I'm going to go right. I'm going to go 6'1". That's going to be the center of my door. This is just a 3 foot wide door, so I'm going to go from the center to the right, make sure that my line is green, type in 1'6", go from the other side, make sure that you don't drag it from the center, because it tends to kind of glitch out for whatever reason. It will not create a guide most of the time, so kind of go up here, somewhere off the center, click, go, make sure it's again red. Right here, this is going towards me, so it's not going along the wall, so be aware of that. So make sure it's green, 1'6". Doors on this right here, and most of the time, is going up to 6'8". That's the top of the door frame, so, or door opening. So I'm going to click bottom, go up, type in 6'8". That's also the top of our windows and everything like that, which is most of the time. Most of your windows are going to be lined up along the door. The only kind of outliner when it comes to door height is your front door. And sometimes on houses that have a lot larger of ceilings, you will sometimes have a larger front doors, especially on these giant houses that have these grand front entryways. You'll tend to have larger front doors, but other than that, most time you'll tend to have 6'8" doors. So I marked off my door here. Take my rectangle tool, go from the top left down to the bottom right, push pull again. Tool, it kind of changes colors, click, and it should disappear. Okay. On the back door, we're going to do it a little bit different. Going to take my section plane, go to the front, make sure that it's green, click. I'm actually going to get out of that. I'm going to right click, close group or close component. Then I'm going to use it so that is outside of all the group's components, so that way it cuts through everything. As you saw a minute ago, I was inside that group, or a component, so it only went and cut that component. So just be aware of that if that happens. Going to open up my display. I'm going to turn off my section plane so that it goes away. And we have the back inside of our house. Now, this front room is 13 feet 6 So that's the width of this. There is a beam that will go through here, and it's for the support. It also mirrors what's in the very front. So there's a if you watch my previous videos, there's a little 6 foot beam or 6-inch beam that goes in the very front of the house, matching these coordinates. So from here, right click, edit component, and get inside my wall here. I'm going to draw a line along this dashed line. The reason is, if I go in here and take my tape measure, it will not show up as a midpoint here because the midpoint is here. Along this wall, the midpoint's right here. However, if I come in here with my line tool, draw a line, that line has separated these two walls. So now my midpoint has shifted from here to now I have a midpoint along this side. So now this is my midpoint of my door and wall. And so this is going to be a double door. So I have a 3 foot wide door on one side, a 3 foot door on the left side. So click, drag to the right, type in 3 feet. Click here, type in 3 feet. And like always, it goes up 6'8". I'm going to drag a rectangle along just over both so I create one large opening. Take my push-pull tool. I'm going to press down on the middle scroll wheel. Again, that is the keyboard shortcut for the orbit tool. So that way, when I release it, it goes back to the push-pull tool. So press it on that. Hold down on the shift in order to change it from the orbit to the pan. I'm going to use the push-pull tool in order to push that through, and I'm going to hover my mouse over that edge of my wall here. Okay, that's inferencing. I'm inferencing that back edge. And so if I click, it pushes that wall from the inside, lines it with the back face. Once it does that, it disappears. So that is my back wall here. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these two little lines. Same thing here. Go ahead and get rid of those. Right click, close component. Okay. I'm going to open up my display again. I'm going to delete all my guides. I'm going to turn back all my section plane. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So that I have that right there. I have my back wall and my side door. Next, I'm going to come in here and create guides along this door. So over here, I'm going to go over 2 feet. I'm going to go over this way 2 feet. And I'm going to go 3 feet there. So this is going to be our patio. Take my rectangle tool. Create that. Back here in the very back. Creating my guides. We'll go 3 feet on this side, 3 feet on this side, and let's go 5 feet back here. Connect my lines. Here, I'm going to delete my guides really quick. I'm then going to, I need to unlock, because I locked it previously. I'm going to unlock that. Then I'm going to delete it. Then I'm going to take my push-pull tool, and I'm going to pull down patio 6 inches. And from this point, I'm going to take my rectangle tool, connect those 2 endpoints. Going to pull this down 5 feet, something to make it easy. We'll clean up these right here, and I'm going to use this in order to create kind of our land. Just cleaning everything up. Right click, reverse face. All right. Let's triple click on this so that it selects everything. Right click, make it a component. Okay. We do need to fix the floor and everything, as I currently don't have one. And because I lowered everything down, now I have a small little 6-inch gap underneath my house. But we'll fix that in our next video. So this is what you should have. Make sure you take a screenshot showing this back side of the house here. Make sure that I can see everything that you did. In our next video, we will take a look at all of our materials and start kind of making this look like an actual house. Thank you for watching.